Good morning, everyone. It's that time of year again to go through my Get Home winter bag and revamp, change new stuff. And so this year I'll be making two bags. And so I went shopping and I got some extra stuff, but I'm going to show you what I have. But I'm going to tell you something. It all depends on how long of a drive or walk that you have to get back home to. I personally only have to drive about 20 minutes to work. So if something were to happen on the way to or from, I would be hitting the railroad tracks and heading back home. So chances are I wouldn't have to stop, but if I did, I would have everything I need to be safe, secure, warm, and, you know, nourished, hydrated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what goes into my get home bag for my car in the wintertime. It does change up a little bit in the summertime. I normally don't keep a huge bag in my car. Normally I have the one that I carry to work every day, and there's plenty of stuff in that to get me home. One thing that I do recommend is if you do have a long commute, or you're setting up for your college student to get home, have a map, have landmarks. Even if you got really inventive, you could do little caches and bury caches on that map, so that way they would have points to go to as they got home if something were to happen. Now for me, like I said, it's a 20-minute drive, so I could probably get home within 2.5 hours. But if it was super cold and just super hard to get through, I would have what I need to stop along the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my bag. It's just an everyday backpack, basically. It has lots of pouches, which I like. But what I do is I try to keep this about 20-25 pounds is about all I want to carry. So let's go ahead and start with the water. I have these. These are the hydrogen waters. Very good. Not only that, but they're going to be a little easier to heat up if they're frozen, sitting them next to a fire, so on and so forth, than bottled water. I do keep this one in here. It is a flavored orange splasher. I have that one in there just for a change up. Then I have my snacks. And most of my snacks are geared toward high protein and nutrition. So we've got a Laura bar here it's like a brownie. We have a Laura bar here, Nature's Sweet granola bars, peanuts. I've got a protein meal bar. I've got some hazelnut butter and some almond butter. I have my little fruit snacks. And that right there is kind of like the sugar load. If I needed a little bit of sugar or something to go for it. Now, these here are drink mixes. I have some Crystal Light and some coffee. Always nice to have, a nice hot cup of coffee, if you're out stranded somewhere. Okay, I do lots of tuna. I threw a lot of those in my pack. I have now, this is the new ad. This is the Uncle Ben's Sweet and Smoky Beans that I got on clearance. Perfect for my get home bag. And then I've got some of this microwavable rice. This one is a roasted chicken. I've got a Spanish style, really awesome. I do have some crackers, and as you see, I have them in a tube container, so that way they don't get crushed, and it fits really nicely into my bag. I have some Pringles in there. I've got some of these dark chocolate pralines, and the one thing about this container is it is metal. So if you got out there and you needed to heat water, you could put this next to your fire and it would not burn up. So this is kind of like a dual purpose container, and it has some snacks in it. I did go ahead and get some sunflower seeds. I think that's important, and also a non-crush container. I threw in some plastic spoons and a knife. They're going in there. Okay, so that's kind of like the food and water that I have in my bag. Sometimes I change it up a little bit. If I find something new, a new product, I'll put it in there. I do stay away from canned foods just because I want to keep that pack as light but as stuffed as I can get it, because I have something else that I put in there that are cans. Okay, so right along with that, I always have an extra hat, some gloves, and some socks. Very important to stay warm and dry. Something I don't have here, which I am getting ready to do, is get some of the instant hand warmers and toe warmers. I think that would be a great add to this bag that I don't have yet. Okay, so I have my large tactical knife here. I can chop down wood for a fire, you know, just all kinds of stuff with this knife. And I believe there are also matches in there somewhere, but I've never opened it. Okay, so back here I have a drop cloth and I have a shower curtain liner. Now this, what I figured, is a pretty decent shelter away from rain or snow. You need to stop, you need to do a fire, you need to get warmed up, you need to rest. So I have this poly rope, and you tie it on your tree, you drape that over top of it, and you've got a great little shelter from rain or snow. I also put this roll of trash bags in there. You could use them as ponchos, line the ground, or whatever you want to do to stay dry and warm when you're out there. So that's a perfect roll size, perfect. Okay, now let's talk about fire. I have a magnesium starter block right here. Very important to have those. I have some matches. I also have Vaseline. Vaseline is highly flammable, so I could put this on just about anything and start a fire with it, so that's awesome. Now, I am going to say that I am a smoker, so I will always have lighters on me. I have a spare lighter in my small pack. I've got one that I use daily, so I will always have lighters. I don't have to depend upon the matches, but I want them in my pack. You never know, when a lighter gets wet, it's not going to work. You know, keep your matches dry and you're good to go. This here I found not too long ago to put in my packs, and I think about 3 years ago I found these and I was like, oh my gosh, these are perfect. These are the Duraflame Fire Starts, and there's 2 in a pack, and it's great. It fits perfect, and I would have instant fire. Okay, now something else that I have in my pack are 3 of the quick flame sternos, the gel chafing fuels. I've got 3 of those in here, and I also have a metal cup, which, you know, we do have the praline canister, but I want to keep this in here so if I need to heat my water, you know, I can do that. Okay, toiletry needs. I have some wipes, I have some toilet paper, definitely goes in there, and a few extra empty grocery bags, so that way I can tie off my stuff or bury it, whichever you decide out there. Okay, lighting. Lighting is extremely important. I have this little battery lantern I thought was really cute, so I've got some extra batteries. I've got a battery headlamp. That's great for when you're walking. You don't have to hold your hands out. You can keep your hands tucked in to keep them warm. I also have these flashlights. These are on clearance right now at Family Dollar for 50 cents a piece. Fantastic deal. And then I have a little flashlight. Now, first aid, I didn't get too crazy with it because, like I said, it's going to be a quick walk for me to grab that railroad track and just hoof it. But this here has everything you need. It's just in a condensed version. There's antibiotic creams, all kinds of salves and potions, Band-Aids, gauze. It's in there. Now, this pack I put together, it has some feminine pads, some pain reliever. I did put one of those Neurosporin with burn relief, because if I'm out there making fire, chances are I'm going to burn my fingers. Somehow, some way, I'm going to burn myself, so I want to make sure I have that. And I have a little thing of tissues. So that's what goes into my pack. Of course, there are a few little extras that I put in here and there when I find them, or I swap stuff out. But this will go into my get home bag, and everybody's is different. But I do recommend, if you do have a longer travel, that you have a map. Put landmarks on it. If you get froggy, go and bury you some stashes. Wouldn't be a bad idea, especially if you have an extremely long walk to get home. So there you go. Y'all have a great day. See you later. Hugs from a distance. Stay safe if you go shopping. But pack those winter bags in your car. Make sure you have blankets, extra coats, extra shoes, and all the things that you need in winter in your car. I'm getting ready to winterize both cars so that way we have what we need just in case. Bye, y'all.